If you don't protect her, you don't deserve her. And this isn't just some opinion, this is aligned throughout the entire Vedic philosophy. See, a man's role according to the Vedas was never just to provide, it was protection. Not just physical, but emotional, psychological, spiritual. Because the feminine doesn't expand in chaos, it expands in safety. Her softness, her devotion, her love, all of it is a response to the environment that she feels. If she doesn't feel safe, she's not going to give you her fullness. She's going to withdraw and even go as far as destroying to protect herself. The Vedas are clear on this. Where women are not honored and are not protected, nothing good stays. Entire communities were destroyed if a woman wasn't protected. This isn't about control, it's about responsibility. If you want her at her best, you don't demand it. You create the conditions for it. And if you can't do that, you don't deserve access to that side of her.
Why does everyone make it seem like it's so bad if there are girls that are like, yeah, I want a rich man, like I want my husband to be rich? A lot of people are like, okay, well, you only want to get nice bags and nice shoes, and like, yeah, I do, but what about when I'm married to this guy? Is my husband gonna make sure that my kids go to a good school? Is my husband gonna make sure that when I'm pregnant that I'm not gonna be working and all I'm gonna be doing is worrying about the health and the safety of my baby? And when my baby is born, I could just focus on being a mother. God forbid if anyone gets sick, can my husband make sure that I don't get stressed, that we have the money to make sure everything is taken care of? Anyone in my family can get the best medical treatment possible, because medical bills are expensive. I am a nurse, I know. Money is not everything, but it's a lot, and it can definitely change your life. So if I and any other girl wants to say, I only want a guy that will do X, Y, and Z for me, stop judging her. If you want to work hard like a man, you don't mind being pregnant and working, which is so crazy to me, but if you don't mind these things, I don't care, that's none of my business, but get out of my business too.
So many of these modern women, they want a man that's passionate about them. They want a man that shows an intense longing and a desire. An intense longing and a desire for them. And men are saying, after what I just saw, no. You ain't got nothing else to desire. You didn't show it all. Absolutely not.
I'm going on a 3-week trip without my husband, and I cannot even remember the last time he stepped foot in the kitchen. So to make his life a little bit easier while I'm gone, I prepped 3 weeks worth of meals for the freezer. For breakfast, I made sandwiches that—
This woman's video just ruined the day for so many other women, based on the comment section if you go there. What's crazy to me is that this is something that we continue to see, where a woman posts anything positive about doing something for her husband or boyfriend, and she ends up getting so much hate in the comments from other women. And not only that, but her husband or boyfriend, he also gets insulted by them. He is labeled as some sort of incompetent baby. No, ladies, it's just that some relationships are designed the way that one man and one woman want it to be. And sometimes that includes some amount of traditional gender roles. So if a woman really likes to cook and she likes to have the kitchen be her domain, this is absolutely what it's going to look like. She is going to naturally want to do those things, because I guarantee you, it is not that the husband is standing there saying, make me my meals, lady, for 3 weeks if you're going to be gone. It is just not happening today. By the way, I'll tag the full video below, but those meals look delicious, and I think I'm going to have some ideas for when baby comes.
I don't want to do that anymore. I fell for that shit. Do not fall for it. Do not.
And there you go. There's another one that's saying the same thing. You know, it's funny that, you know, she said that she's 40 years old with 2 kids. One is 11, one is 7. And she said she's been on the corporate, you know, she's been climbing the corporate ladder for so long. And now she says she don't want to do it no more. She says she want to be there to pick up her kids, to drop them off, to be there when they come home. She wants to be able to clean the house, you know, kind of like she wants to live the stay-at-home mom and wife life. 40 years old. And it took her this long to figure that out. And this is why I tell people this all the time. Like, why do I want to live that life? Why do I want to deal with that kind of stress? You want to know what I did this morning? I dropped off my boy at school. And I went grocery shopping. And all I got to do is put away the groceries, have myself a late breakfast, and enjoy the rest of my day. Oh, but the oppression!
You know, a lot of these modern women are saying that a lot of men are emotionally unavailable now, right? But I don't think that's... I feel like you have to look at it, you know, from different angles, right? Because you're saying that men are emotionally unavailable, but maybe we can say emotionally pulling back, emotionally cautious, emotionally reserved, in the sense that I'm looking and I'm seeing, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to expend my emotional energy on what it looks like is about to happen.
Hey, are you a dad who's fighting in family court and you're trying to figure out how to do better? Or do you know or love some dad who's trying to fight and do better in family court? I've got a bunch of tools for them if you know that person. If you go to the link in bio, I've got my books, I got books and videos, I got my VIP program, which is designed to teach dads how to represent themselves in family court. We meet every week for 2 hours. We do group coaching and we teach dads how to do discovery, do evidence, how to argue in front of the judge, and how to do better so that you actually can get the time that you want and that your kids deserve. If you're interested in that, just go to the link in bio. It's all there. Have a great day. Remember, I think you're freaking awesome.
The real women who sit in the house and be kicking and chilling for real, they can't stand these bitches. Women need to understand that there's a core of women who still like literally go in the house and do regular shit and they don't come out and they really great women. But they can't find a nigga. It's harder on them than it is these weird hoes because they'll go do anything for a nigga just to have that look. But some women really hold it down and like, man, I'm not settling for anything. So I look at them like, damn, the real women who sit in the house and be kicking and chilling for real, they can't stand these bitches because they make them look like ain't none of them left.
A lot of these modern women are feeling that men are not really investing. They're not engaged. The experience, the meeting, us being here on the date, it kind of feels flat, right? And while I understand, you know, if you come out there, you should probably try to put your best foot forward, right? But you have to understand, men are reading you. They're watching you and they're saying, oh, here we go. Like you say something and the man is like, because y'all think y'all are the only ones that do that. And the man is saying, oh, here we go again. He hears a certain thing or he sees a certain thing, sees a look, you know, maybe you're wearing something and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a long night.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's going to be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this, and I'm like, oh, we have really different vibes of like what the night is going to look like.
This woman sounds desperate. She sounds nervous. She's not comfortable with where she's at because she knows she's getting a little old for the game. She's getting a little old for the club till 4 a.m. She's getting a little old for that scene. And in 2 or 3 years, 32, 33, 34, how do you think she's going to feel? That you can see her panic starting. That panic is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Kai caught Gigi cheating on him 2 times. That's why they broke up. And Gigi, if you know his assistant had this information, why would you say her BBL was nasty? And the NBA YoungBoy stuff may be true. I'm about to play all the evidence for you. Pay attention. Long video. Bree exposed the video of Gigi secretly coaching a guy that she was cheating on Kai with for months, trying to get him to tell Kai nothing was going on.
Bro, the story is, I haven't called, you was on the phone, you asked me if she had.
I called, dumbass, because you fuck it up. You fuck it up.
Not only she tried to downplay it, but then she tried to say that Kai got his revenge on her by cheating on her with a girl at 5 a.m. after the situation. She then tried to say she been apologizing, they made up for that. But the NBA YoungBoy stuff seems to be true because these are messages of Gigi texting NBA YoungBoy basically begging him to spend time with her. Gigi says the messages are fake because her username is supposed to be at the bottom, not the top. If that's true, then you showed us fake messages of Dez. Because where you showed us Dez was running you down, his isn't at the bottom either. So did you make those messages up, or was this before the update? Shadi constantly said every day that Kai changed her life, that she has never felt a relationship like this before, just to cheat. Y'all boys not safe.
You know, you have a lot of steady guys, a lot of regular guys, a lot of average guys out here that are continuing to get overlooked because you would prefer, and it's like I talked about in some other commentary, you want a guy that's chaotic, that's up and down. You want a guy that, and you know, I'm laughing about it, but I'm not really joking. You want a guy to beat you upside the head, a guy that you got to run out the house 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning run down the street, beat down your neighbor's door. That's the type of guy that you gotta call the freaking police to get that man up out of there. Gotta take that man to jail. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. And that's the type of stuff these modern women want.
What would you do without men? Tell me.
Women don't need men anymore, hot take. And I love the content surrounding this and how marriage benefits men more than women now in this day and age. I saw a comment and it said, if marriage benefited women, they would have taken it away from us by now.
Honey, you are freaking deluded. Men do everything. Men do everything. Yeah, okay, you have your cute little job and you make your money and you come home and you have a nice little apartment. They fix everything. They build everything. They shield you from harm ultimately on a large scale and on a small scale. What would you do without men?
Men talk about when they're alone, because I genuinely do not understand how men do not know personal.
Okay, so I guess this is a secret that many people don't know. Pop culture loves to portray men as being very simple and shallow, like we'll get together and we'll just talk about sports all day. We'll never get into anything about our personal lives. And I guess women don't realize there's a reason for this. From birth, it was my understanding that the most noble thing you can do as a man is not be a burden on other people. And most men I've known experience talking about deep subjects as work. You are putting a burden on them. It's not a burden to talk about sports or video games or Warhammer figures, but it is, in our perception, a burden to talk about our jobs, our relationships, and so on. So the arrangement you wind up with is, because I like you, I'm not going to burden you.
You know what I'm realizing about men that I actually think is really cute? Like, as men get older, they become really, really simple. And I don't even mean that in a horrible way or a nasty way. I mean like in a really cute way. Like, all you guys really want to do is like eat some good food, play some kind of like gaming software, like your PlayStations or your Xbox, whatever, and sleep. I feel like if you had those three things, of course, obviously like making love in it. You guys obviously, you like a bit of hanky-panky in it. That's four things you guys probably want out of life. I don't even think you want us there half the time. I just think you just want a little bit of like affection now and again. But I think you could happily survive without us.
Men need to date within their tax bracket and stop getting mad that the woman they want has high standards. You don't walk into a luxury store and get mad that the prices are high. You can either build up your money and wait to buy what you want or shop where you can afford. Dating works the same way. A woman with high standards makes insecure men feel uncomfortable, not because they're asking for too much, but because she reminds them of what they haven't built yet. If you want to appeal to a high standard woman, focus on building your income, your discipline, your purpose, and self-respect. Build yourself up to attract the standard of woman you desire.
Jesus Christ. They all want to date the same guy.
Man, listen to me and listen to me good, because I love you when I say this. Stop shelving them men. You putting good men on the shelf because you talking about he too short, he don't weigh enough, his name is weird, he just not your type. Girl, your type is why we here. No shade, because I was that girl before too, baby. When Dotha came my way, I was not looking at that man. I almost shelved him. I almost let him being dressed like Justin Bieber get in the way of my true love. Because y'all don't want to look at certain men because they don't look a certain way. They're not a certain height. They're not a certain weight. Well, guess what, honey? The one who is your height probably got you up crying at night. We can't be doing this. I'm speaking from experience. I almost curved this man. And now look at me. Baby, I'm a passenger princess. I don't drive. And my nails? My man. Sweetie, stop shelving these men. You be missing out on good men. How I get the light in the car? My man bought me a mirror. Stop shelving these men.
So the ladies will be like, Kendra, tell him to take off his hat. How much is this? How much, how tall is he? And I was like, y'all already know how I roll. I don't tell men to take off their hats because I don't tell y'all to take off y'all wigs. I don't ask men their height because I don't ask you your weight. But I have to, but it's important that I do that because what I will say, and I am team women, women at times, we have the luxury, I'm hair, makeup, we have the luxury to increase our pretty. A man just has to be genetically blessed. And I hear it all the time. Like, this is a true story. You said something about content. The crazy thing is, I don't create content. These are real people. Like, I don't even have to make nothing up. I had a woman who is paralyzed, 62, for 4 years she's been paralyzed. You know, I asked the questions. I said, well, we gotta look a certain way. She was like, yeah, he gotta be 6'2". I said, now. I said, but you ain't. I said, ma'am, and you know, and it got emotional. She cried, and it was like a roller. I'm gonna send you the video. You're gonna watch this. It was like a roller coaster of her emotions because she's paralyzed, right? But I said, why he got to be 6'2"? So I don't want no short man. I wear heels. So this is what I deal with. And with love, I try to break this barrier because I love my Black women. I think you're amazing, but sometimes you're not somebody's preference. How much of your life are you gonna waste waiting on a man who is literally you're invisible to? Like,
so that right there.
I don't think men like women anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that men desire us women anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort.
Why should
They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like,
what?
They're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things.
Bro, I wouldn't like them either if I was a guy. And I don't like them either. And I'm a woman. They're annoying. They're not dating for love. They're dating for money.
Poor bros, they go over there and they think they just king. They just think they just king over there. Sir, you ain't king nothing, because the next man with some money who walked up,
You're literally paying, but he's like, that's what they went over there for. He's like, they know. I'm like, I hope they know they nasty and that these girls will probably not even talk to them if they wasn't paying.
Exactly.
Because they gonna treat you like a king, of course, for your 20 minutes, 40 minutes, your hour that you pay for. Yeah, you're gonna be a king.
So what's the difference between passport bros and the men over here? Y'all don't mess with no broke men. Y'all don't mess with men that don't make six figures according to y'all, right? So either way, they go over there or they stay over here. They paying for it, right? And I'm not even a passport bro advocate, right? They do what they do. That's their thing. And I'm not defending them, but I am trying to understand your logic. Because what y'all ask for here in America, at least, y'all essentially ask men to pay for it, right? Whether that's dates, whether that's money, clothes, whether that's cash at y'all, send you money. Like if y'all go out on a date and you got a kid, y'all expect the men to pay for a babysitter. So either way that man is going to spend money, that it just seems like those men are gonna spend less money for the same end goal, and probably a little bit more like in the middle, paying for a service, if you will. But y'all are doing the same shit. Like, women have done this to the modern dating world. You have commodified it. It is now a purchasing process. It's no longer a courting process. Y'all mixing courting for what is essentially prostitution here, and then getting mad that they're doing it over there. Y'all are the same people. As soon as the money is done, the girls ain't gonna be there no more. Yes! Y'all do the same thing. What are we talking about?
Hey men, you are not competing with other men for the attention of women. You are competing with a quiet night in, or the ability to dress as you'd like without judgment. You're competing with freedom from gaslighting and lying and cheating and manipulation. You're competing with the fact that sexuality is a fluid spectrum and that women know how to treat other women better. You're competing with toys that do the job so much better than you do and last a lot longer. You're competing with freedom from toxic masculinity. You're competing with so many other things, primarily due to the fact that women no longer need you. And if you work on yourself and become someone that women want to be with, you will find that there's absolutely no competition whatsoever. And this is Bacon.
Water the man you chose. The thing is, everybody loves talking about what a good man is supposed to do. Provide, protect, and pour into you. But here's the part most people forget. Even a good man needs to be poured into also. Let me rephrase that. Especially a good man needs to be poured into. If you chose that man, water him. Speak life into him when the world is trying to drain him. Remind him of his strength when he starts to question his worth. Never, and I mean never, wait until your man is running on empty to realize he's been giving you everything he's got. Water that good man with respect, not just love. With appreciation, not just expectation. Water him with softness, not just standards. Because even the strongest man, even the best man will start to wilt if he's constantly pouring from a dry well. And it's your job to replenish him. But if you can't or you won't water him, stop planting yourself in his garden. Because another farmer, another planter, another florist is going to see the same good man you took for granted. And she's going to grow him in ways you never did. So, water him.
A woman should not be rejected because of her weight. Why is that?
Because, like, what does weight have to do with
Into
it?
the
Like,
mic, into the mic.
what does weight have to do with it? Like, you're telling me that if I was bigger, you wouldn't want me, but because I'm skinny, you want me.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Would you hold on. Okay, so Taryn, in your questionnaire, how tall are you and what's the minimum height of a man you would date? You said you're 5'4". The minimum height you would date for a man is 5'9". How is this any different than the weight thing? You're telling me because a guy's 5'7", you wouldn't date him? Or 5'5", or 5'3"? Well, you can't change your height, but you can definitely change your weight.
But what is it with the fat girls? And, like, there's always that suppression of it, and it's always, like...
What's wrong with women cannot want to date a fat guy.
I've been ignoring this for a while, but I'm gonna say it now. I'm all for feminism, fully. But somewhere along the way, a lot of you all forgot it was not about pulling men down to feel powerful. It was about standing beside them. Not above, not below, beside. And I say this with love. But the moment I use a male example to explain shame or emotional stuff in my videos, the rage in the comments, it's wild. Suddenly I'm defending men. Suddenly it's patriarchy this, patriarchy that. Babe, no, that's not feminism. That's revenge, that's bitterness. If anger and blame are driving you, that's not healing, that's projection. And don't get me wrong, I know the system's been hell on women. I get it. But hating men, that's not the solution. In fact, I'm just gonna go by my own experience as a coach. I get more male clients than female. These are men doing the inner work, unlearning shame, taking accountability. So if you think men are not trying, you're just not looking at the right places. I just don't understand the double standards. You get to throw tantrums and call it hormones, or this is just how girls are. But when he shuts down, suddenly he's a red flag. Like, babe, he's socially conditioned to suppress. He's unlearning decades of emotional shutdown. See, I'm not here to excuse bad behavior. No, not at all. But I'm here to say healing doesn't happen through blame. It happens through accountability, space, connection. You want better relationships? Stop playing team woman versus team men. Start making it you versus your pattern. Because we have got flaws too. We have got ego too. And healing starts when we stop pointing fingers and start holding mirrors. Not everyone's ready for that. But if you are, let's go.
And I went and opened the door for her. She goes, nobody's ever opened the door for me. After I paid for dinner, and she goes, you're so sweet, thank you so much. We went outside and she started walking a little bit faster than me. I go, where are you going? Where are you going? Get your ass back over here and get by my side over here. She gave me her hand and she goes, I'm just not used to a real man. I go, yeah, because real men are not existing anymore. You gotta reward a woman for her feminism, for her beauty, for her knowledge, for how she takes care of herself, for her ideology. Make her feel special. Take control, that she can now relax. Her mood is just for you. She doesn't need to worry about anything. Freaking you open the door for her that you don't even want her to lose any strength. Learn how to be a man. Open the door, bring a flower, feed her from your hand, appreciate her, buy her a piece of jewelry that means something, hold her, carry her, make her laugh, really care about her well-being.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Are you single?
Yes.
You think dating gets easier as you age, or is it going to get harder?
I feel like it might get harder, but I feel like it would be easy for me. I don't know.
How so?
Because I'm not like these typical girls that are out here showing naked. I'm very like housewife material. I have discernment. Yeah.
What would you say makes you a good housewife, though?
I would say I would listen to my man. Like, I would be there for him. I feel like that's an answer that every woman gives, but in reality, I am very like, my man leads, I follow.
He says, we're leaving Miami because I have a better job in Minnesota. You're going with him.
Definitely, yes, that's my man. I'm gonna go with him.
If he told you, I don't like what you're wearing today, it's a little bit too provocative, you would change for him.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm not even comfortable wearing shorts.
If he told you, Lisa isn't the best influence in your friend group, you should probably spend less time with her, you'd listen to him.
Yes, because they're not around my friends as much as I am, so they're able to see things I cannot see.
So where do you think so many women get lost in the, I'm an independent girl and I just don't need a man in my life?
I think it's the internet. The internet has changed women into believing that they can do things on their own and they can they don't need to listen to a man until they're in their mid-30s and buying their own drink and realizing, well, I should have gotten that man when I was in my mid-20s.
I find this particular comment rather ironic, especially considering it came from a video where I had indicated that any woman who specifically makes content only about disparaging and despising men is in fact the most male-centered, and on top of that, they have no actual personalities if it wasn't for despising men, and it apparently seems that some feel rather called out by that. And I just happen to say, how fortuitous, because they can actually explain to us in excruciating detail how exactly they are not in fact male-centered when it seems to be the only thing that they have to talk about. But yet they think that I'm male-centered for defending men, as well as other groups of people, from those who would make generalizations about them. So how exactly does that make any reasonable sense? I would actually like to hear that. And I would also like to know how exactly I'm a pick-me, especially since I've said that I'm not interested in dating. So please do explain that in excruciating detail.
When you tell me that you'd meet me for dinner, right, for brunch, if I fly into your city, right, we're texting daily. You're asking about my day, I'm asking about yours. You know, I text you good morning, good night, you say the same thing back. You know, I call you baby, beautiful, you respond with heart face emojis. That is not platonic. That is not a friend. That is not, I don't even know, that's not casual. That's romantic interest. And if you're doing that with multiple guys at the same time, like I just can't even imagine how broken you are as a human being. And I'm not gonna change, okay? I have done the tough guy bullshit too. That didn't work either. So I don't need a dating coach, you know, trying to charge me X dollars, you know, to prey off my anxiety. I'm just done with women, bro. Like that's it. Like I tried in this era and it just ain't happening. So that's it.
The men in NHL that leave their hockey sticks on the fucking ice when they break it, those are the men. that ask women to clean up after them. And
The reaching that some of y'all do really needs to be studied, because a professional hockey player dropping his stick on the ice has absolutely nothing to fucking do with women. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's look it up. I took the liberty of going to ChatGPT, and this is what it said. In the NHL, when a player's stick breaks, they'll often just drop it on the ice immediately instead of picking it up. Here's why. Number one, safety first. A broken stick can be dangerous. Sharp edges can cut someone. It can trip players skating at high speed. Leaving it flat on the ice is actually safer than carrying it around. Number two, speed of the game. Hockey moves fast. If a player tried to skate to the bench while holding a broken stick, carrying it around, they'd slow down and hurt their team defensively. Dropping it lets them either grab a new stick quickly or stay in position without fumbling. Number three, teammates or refs handle it. Once it's on the ice, a referee or linesman will usually kick it out of the way or remove it. Sometimes a teammate skating by will move it too. 4, rules plus advantage. Players are allowed to drop broken equipment, but not to throw it or use it illegally. The goal is to not gain an unfair advantage or create chaos. See what I mean? They just get on here and say anything, absolutely anything. As long it paints men out to be something that they are not, they will say it. All it took was a quick Google search. That's all it was. ChatGPT, Google, Ask Jeeves, they would have all told you the same fucking thing, but no. Let me make some content hating men, even though they didn't do anything wrong. Boy, I tell you, some of y'all really need to be studied when all this shit is said and done. But I know she ain't gonna listen to shit I just said, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Women cheat just as much, if not more, than men. But women cheat in a different way. Women cheat emotionally. When you go through a woman's phone, it's a bunch of emotional cheating, a bunch of emotional ties that they have to men. It's particularly 1 or 2 men that'll be around for a couple of years, where she's posting memes, like, you know, trying to get his attention. He's like, oh, is this for me? You know, accepting little Cash App coffee dates from him and things like that. Every time something goes wrong in her relationship with her husband, she's running to this man online to tell him exactly what happened. And he's on her side, obviously, because he's hoping one day, you know, he's going to hold it out, because he has nothing to lose right now. He's not paying any bills for her. He's not really doing anything for her. You know what I mean? He's being an emotional ear for her, hoping, you know, that one day when she does leave her husband, he's gonna be, you know, the first one up to taste that, you know what I mean? And so it's like, women, though, they will divorce their husbands for cheating physically, but they've been cheating emotionally the whole time. And they will try to say it's not the same thing, but it is the same thing, because women are emotional creatures. So you are being emotional. You're giving yourself to someone emotionally. That is a form of cheating. Whether women want to admit it or not, that is a huge form of cheating. And that's how the connections start. I think that's actually worse, because this man knows you inside and out. Your husband and this girl, she don't even know his last name, and now she just looks dumb at this point. But this man that you've been emotionally cheating with for years knows your kids' birthdays, knows your co-worker's business, knows every single thing about you, because you guys are emotional. Well, you're emotionally tied to him. It's not to say he's emotionally tied to you back. You know what I mean? He could have a wife, kids, girlfriend, anything he's not telling you about. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, women will divorce their husbands for physically cheating when they've been emotionally cheating the whole time, and they will try to say it's not the same thing. But I promise you, if you go through that girl's DMs, she got a couple of people from out a year or 2 that she's been talking to daily, if not hourly. You know what I mean? So yeah, women, the secret.
I think these modern women really understand that a lot of times a man is watching you. So, you know, you're going to be asking why a man is not wanting to commit, why a man is not wanting to do a lot of things, right? It's because you've decided that you're going to act a certain way. You're going to treat people a certain way. And at that point in time, he's like, why would I be involved in that? So you have to understand, and you have to look at, how do I present myself? A lot of you guys are good, are fantastic at looking great. You know, I got my hair done, my nails done, lashes and all that stuff. But then when you actually get to know somebody, it was kind of like, I don't really want to move forward with this person anymore.